Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. And I've got Princess Hannah Grace here. She's starting to squeeze some more edema out of my legs. My temperature's up this morning. My blood pressure, my temperature actually this morning, oops, wrong way, was 96.9. That's amazing. Truly amazing. Because yesterday it was 92.4, so overnight it was going up. And that normally doesn't happen. Normally it's plummeting at night. And when I get up, it's low. So my blood pressure is still at 120/86, but my pulse keeps rising. Now it's in the 70s. Now it's been registering, in the low 50s and 60s. So my body's fighting. That's what that tells me. I never left my bungalow yesterday. I was too weak from the day before. Right now, it's almost like my body's trying to catch it. It was in the restful state. I can feel the edema in my leg. She's such a left. I can feel the edema in my left leg. So she's on top of it right now. Especially where I feel it the most is where she's laying right now with her all the body weight. I can start feeling the head pain. It's starting like right here in my, it's slow. But sometimes it comes on pretty fast. So today is day 68 for me. I cannot even believe it. Day 68 of this episode. I've never been down this long. Even when I had blood clots, I wasn't down this long. I might have been down for 2 or 3 days, but then I had my Natalie energy back and I could fight. So I'm hopeful. I'm going to try to take a shower this morning and hopefully be able to get into the water today. By the grace of God, He sent my girlfriend Andy here, who helped me with my beloved Princess Harley so I could rest and do more research, because I physically couldn't take her out yesterday. This shit is real, people. And I have to share my story with the world because it's true and factual. I'm living it every day. I didn't voluntarily poison myself. None of us did. We were all deceived. And they've just increased the dose. It's that simple. And my little body can't handle it. It can't handle their poisons. It never has. My Dr. Peachin. Oh, she's got to move more on my knee. Good girl. Good girl, Anna. Good girl. Yeah, I knew she was going to move down there. She knows. And she hasn't even sniffed my body. She just knows where she's got to go. Right? So I had to write this out because I didn't want to miss anything in my ongoing messages that people didn't want to listen to 2 years ago or a year ago. Well, now all of a sudden they're woken up and they want to listen. So you need to understand the magnitude of cannibalism right now. What's going on with the celebrities? It's unreal. And the New York Times just posted an article about cannibalism, and the time is now. No, the time is never now. It's not okay to eat other people. I don't care what they're telling you. That's not okay. That's not under God. That's not okay. Are you going to just keep going on, continuing your selfish lives after seeing what is true and factual. My life is not a story tale, it's the truth. I'm trying to do my part to stop this, but unfortunately, I'm fighting this fight from my wigwam, from their ongoing poisonings, from their lab created manufactured evil antidotes. I mean, every time I find something new, I feel like I am Wonder Woman. And each one of us have to tap into that inner superhero because we all have one inside of us. You think those movies are, I mean, now they're sensationalized, you know, because they have a superpower, but we all do have superpowers. It just may not be to be invisible or whatnot. But I mean, think about a telephone. I mean, you are kind of invisible. You're hiding behind somebody. That's why I like video chat, because you can't hide behind you when you're talking face to face. It's easy for people to hide behind a telephone. They can say whatever they want because they're weak. I am not weak. I am strong. You need shock factor. Well, here you go. Watch the movie Demolition Man. And for you humans that are still not woke, take the time to watch it. And yes, this AM, my King James Bible app, as I was watching the trailer for Demolition Man, chimed in, and then I got chills. Chills are yes answers from God. Ask any Christian that's fully surrendered to God, our Creator, if they too get chills from yes answers from God. I will never forget when that fun trip started. So on top of me not being able to properly regulate my body temp, God comes in and steals the show with my cooling off of the cold sweat that occurred when my body feels like it's on fire, with goosebumps all over my body. It's quite beautiful. It's unreal and so cool because I can feel them as his yes answers start surfacing. I feel it coming from my soul to the surface. When I'm not paying attention to his yes answers, my hair stands up is another sign. It's like, whoo, okay, got it, and I'm paying attention. Okay, what just happened? Watch someone sing that is heavenly, and the goosebumps will crop up. Sometimes your hair will stand up. You ever feel that way and show people? Maybe a type of music you don't necessarily listen to. You hear it and question why you are getting goosebumps. Well, wonder no more. Those were pure signs, all of these years, about good, not evil. Despite their ongoing poisonings, God is still shining through music. He's trying to tell you to listen. He's trying to tell you to be obedient. We need to stop conforming and stop this corrupt, evil, disgusting act of evil. We all need to tap into those internal superpowers and unite with love to win this wicked and evil war, calculated and manufactured by those whom we selected to keep in order in our lives. There's no order here on earth. It's sheer chaos. You need to stop eating their poison drugs and start dusting off those thinking caps. I've been warning people for the past 2 years of messages I was told by our Creator. My first year in the Florida Keys during Lent was my first. Well, I shouldn't say my first. When my father passed, when God took him during Lent, everything changed for me. From then on, every Lent was different. And when I moved down to the Florida Keys, Lent for me took on a whole different light. I heard him yelling out names and taking his rod and banging it on my floor in my house that I was renting constantly. And everybody thought I was crazy, and I'm listing names left and right. I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do. And the only source that I can think to use in a quick manner was Facebook, because I needed documented. And people were like, she's lost her mind, and had I was checked on. They had the police come over and check on me. And I'm like, there is nothing wrong with me. I'm telling you what I'm experiencing from God. I'm trying to warn people and they don't want to listen. They want to think I'm crazy. Well, you got to be crazy to not be awoke right now. Because what I experienced in that house, I will never forget. There were demons attached to that house, and of course they were in the form of landlords to top it off and all their posse. Because that's what happens down here in the Florida Keys. You've got an evil chain of command. And it's just like this giant web that they've caught another one. Why else would it be in the background of our money? Just saying. With the rest of their demonic symbols in it. Can't believe I never saw the rattlesnake tails before. But I needed another woke individual to open my eyes a little bit further for me to see the trees in the forest. So during Lent last year at La Casa, and I kept putting names after names, and he wouldn't let me type the names, some names, at all. He literally stopped me typing. I couldn't finish that person's name. I couldn't even try to type it. If I thought of one, and it was kind of like in alphabetical order. That was the other crazy part for me. So what else happened? I kept getting tested. And my so-called friends would come visit. And the fake ones and their demons came out in my house. I thank God for that time when Beverly and Mark and Betsy were there. You want to talk about filling my house with love. It helped fight the demons that came after them. I'm just saying. Because the next one that came was a reunion with a friend that I had met on the Key West Express 5 years earlier, who was an atheist, but wanted to go to the Catholic Mass at the Basilica on Easter. Well, I'm going to tell you that night, I felt like my whole bed was worms and I was sinking into it. And I said, oh, no, you don't. You think you're going to come into my house and corrupt my house with your filth? You have come to the wrong place, because this is the house of the Lord. And I got my cross in my hand and I started closing all the windows and say, you get out of my house. There's no demons that live in my house, and there's no uninvited guests to my house. So you think you're going to be a demon and come into my house? You better get out. Well, guess what happened? I prayed through that house. I couldn't even get in to the spare bedroom. And both my girls were waiting there, trying to get in there, because my girlfriend, fake friend, the atheist, the girlfriend that she brought that was fighting cancer yet again, was on the other side of that door. I needed my girl's strength with the Lord to open the door, because the first time there was a force on the other side. Of course, remember now, it was on the side of the house with that dang tool next door of a neighbor. So finally, with my two girls' strength and God, I opened the door. True story. When I walked in there, she was out cold. And I said, Hannah jumped up on the bed. And I said, I don't want to scare you, but you need to understand the magnitude. There is an entity in this house and we need to get rid of it. And I said, you need to fight. You need to fight, fight, fight. And I don't care if you say it out loud or not, but you need to tell that demon to go back to H double toothpicks where it belongs. We don't have time for that in this house. So I'm trying to close windows, and I'm realizing the window cranks are broken. I'm like, how the frick are these broken? These were fine.
So I can't close the window. So I'm like, we're going to leave the door open. And Hannah, she asked if Hannah could stay with her. I said, sure. Well, finally, Hannah couldn't take it. And she came back into my room. And she closed the door. So that was her demons to slay. That's her issue. Her circus, not my monkeys. I'm not dealing with it. So throughout that whole trip of my friend was supposed to be there for like a week to 10 days. And they fled in 3. Too much Jesus up into my house. You got that right. Get along now. If you don't want to leave your demons and you want to address those and you want to keep putting Botox and that poison into your body and think you look beautiful, well, you look deformed. And if you think you look pretty doing that stuff to your body and you're still trusting these doctors to pump you with that and then carve your face all up, I'm here to tell you it's never going to work, because you will look disfigured for the rest of your life. And that internal beauty that God gave you, what'd you do to it? You have carved up something that was knitted so perfectly within the womb of your beloved mother. Are you on board yet? And do you clearly understand what you're doing to yourself and the disrespect you're giving to God because you don't think what he gave you is perfect? Well, I do. My mother wanted me to have braces and I said no. What's she going to do? Force me to get something that's going to cost her a ton of money? I didn't want them. I refused. I said, I am not getting braces. I'm not putting myself through that torture. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. They are fine. If this is the way God wants me to look, then so be it. I'm good with that. True story. True story. And what's she going to do? Lie to you and tell you that didn't happen? Because that's exactly what happened. So instead of me getting them, my sister had them. And she wore them for freaking 10 years. Does that sound like fun to you? No. And her teeth are still a hot disaster. They may look pretty when she smiles, but they're far from perfect. Because she's far from perfect. So you need to understand the magnitude, not just stop there, because I could do a whole video just on what I experienced that night. And I've documented it all on my Facebook. So it's all out there for the world to see. So the evil that was attacking me by way of past darkness in La Casa, or those so-called friends that attempted to bring a darkness into my home, I slayed those demons too, including any that took up residence in my beloved body, like the rape in the 11th grade. I literally felt it detaching from my body, like my body was on the ground, but it was elevated, and this entity was ripping out of me. And then I collapsed and just like tears. And then I was like, holy crap. Wow. That was in me from the 11th grade. 11th grade, people. That dang demon. I'm fighting for my life from their ongoing poisonings, that everyone wanted to reason and disregard my factual evidence. My life has always been transparent, and I'm not about to stop now. Oops. I had a little issue here. Sorry. I'm not about, where was I? My life has always been transparent. And I'm not about to stop now with the expedited efforts of this tyrant regime. I'm pissed off that they deceived us for centuries. And from my wigwam, I'm fighting for my life. And I'm fighting this fight. When are you going to stop working and save your family? This is their mission, to take it all and give you what they feel you need. Are you freaking okay with that? Or do you want to change this world back to when it was good, not run by evil? It's your choice. And I choose to fight. Despite watching my body deteriorate daily, I'm fighting not for my life, but for each and every one of yours. Why? Because I'm prepared to head to heaven, to be beside God, and help win this war against the ongoing crimes of those in authoritative power. It's time this tyrant regime is knocked off their greed-filled pedestals. Enough is enough, don't you think? They own everything. As it is, how else did I get poisoned? It's in the air, it's in the food, it's in the water. If you are still thinking being in the political realm or awaiting the next election is going to save the day, you would be mistaken. We have zero, I repeat, zero time to waste. Now I understand why I'm taking short naps throughout the day so I can be woken up to share more of the ongoing messages he continues to feed me as I continue my medical nourishment reading his word. You want change? Be a part of the change by fighting those whom have harmed us, not those of us risking our lives for justice, risking our lives for freedom, and we don't have to enlist in their controlled tyrant regime fake army. Our soldiers risk their lives for their ongoing war games. And this is not okay. They thought they were fighting justice. Well, look at the entire pictures closely. They have just been fighting a war created by a tyrant regime with their sick humor. Are you awake yet? Or do you need physical witness cannibal? Do you physically need to witness cannibalism? Anyone thinks that that's okay to eat people would be misinformed. That's a demonic act that's certainly not of God. You want answers? Start reading your Bibles. That's where the answers that you seek are found. It's simple and it's factual. I was just blessed by another angel from England that had been studying the corruptness for 16 years. He gave up his life with people and relationships to fight evil. He's seen the level of darkness and wants justice as well. You think that justice in a corrupt dictatorship known as a courthouse? No, on the contrary. I mean, the first thing they do is hand you a Bible and cover it up. Are you awake yet, or do I need to keep going? The time is now. Stop working. Stop complying. Unite with God by obedience, and then start getting your family in order. It's that simple. I can't stress it enough. Take away their power, and they are left with what? Those demons that are crafty to deceive are not equipped to succeed with God and his army of angels here on earth and in heaven. The Bible is crystal clear of what is going to occur. You just have to be willing to risk your life to help fight the good fight. If you aren't willing to risk it, they will be happy to come in and control it further. Wake. Woke is not this. This is not a bad dream. This is real. I wish it were. As more of us that are woke are joining forces, our inner superheroes, to fight this war for justice. That movie, Demolition Man, is a great place. Now, as I upload this, I will include the links to the celebrities eating people and the New York Times article that just was published a couple days ago that states that the time of cannibalism is now. So why are they burning up all of the facilities that eat meat? Because they want us to start eating each other. Now, if you think I'm crazy, you can do that all day long. But when it starts happening in your neck of the woods, then you can say, oh my word, Natalie told us. Just saying. This is real. This is happening. And you have to be willing to risk your life to stop it. Or you can just sit in your armchair and watch it develop. It's up to you. Keep feeding your mind some more poison, some more brainwashing by watching that freaking idiot box. And you too will start eating people like it's nothing. And if you think your body can function by eating another person, you would be wrong. You would be mistaken. They're harvesting people using their muscle to. I'm telling you, it's like another version of Batman. Just saying. The villain is a tyrant regime in this spiritual war. We, the people, are the ones to fight evil. There's more of us than there's more of them. Just saying. Wake up, people, and smell the coffee. Because at 8:14 this morning, I'm sure it's brewing all over the nation, all over the globe. Just saying. All your wealth will be taken away because they're going to control it and tell you all you can have is X. We can survive without meat. There's plenty of proteins in the earth, but they keep spraying chemicals everywhere. When my doctor said, "How are you getting high levels of this stuff in your body?" Well, it's everywhere. Everybody wants to be in denial and not believe it. Well, it's true. Because if I didn't get injected in any of their antidotes, yet they are registering at high levels in my body, you tell me how they got there. Well, if there's only 3 corporations in this world running this joint, you think they're gonna not put poison in our food? Heck, they've been putting dyes in our food for years that's poison, but telling us it's okay to eat. Yum, yum, yum. Just like those tasty hot dogs with everything under the sun in. You want to be injected with feces and poop and saliva of other people, and well, then you step right up and get another shot of your poison. Because that's what's happening here. Their studies are not complete because their studies will never triumphant over God. That's where they failed to read between the lines. Here's my news source. This is where I get all my news information every day. Oh boy. And I go, oh my gosh, did I just read that? Oh, did I just read that? Oh my gosh. I got to do a video. I got to share this with the world. It's that simple, people. When you're on this side of the fence, fully surrender, walking with God, holding his hand, not let go. And increase your dose of this. I'm crying right now because I haven't rocked forward and back in a while. And I've always been a rocker. And all of a sudden, my rocking wasn't being beneficial, wasn't recharging my body. Jeff Troyer understands this. He's a rocker too. But rocking forward and back has helped me. It keeps me calm. I need a lot of positive energy because that's who I am. We all do. But my body thrives in a positive, uplifting environment. That's why this resort has been so beneficial to my health. And it's keeping me going because I've got all like-minded, well, maybe not completely like-minded, but you've got a lot of positive generated people coming here. They're on vacation, they're happy, they're loving, they're kind. They're also wanting answers, and they're also following his book. So by me rocking back and forth, it's my It's my peace. It's my calm. It's my helping generate more of my energy, my internal energy. And he heard me because I said I want to get in the shower and see how I do after the shower. Um, it's a good day when Natalie can rock. A really good day. I just wish I had my rockers. But, you know, when you entrust some of your worldly possessions with others and then they turn their backs on you and flee because they trust their spouse that's a liar and loaded with demons themselves, you don't have to worry about having a physical rocker because you can rock yourself. And when I need to calm this positive charged energy, I just move side to side and it doesn't take long. It's my body is fighting it, but it calms me right back down and gets me to a completely at rest state. So that's what I do when I go to sleep. If I have enough, I haven't had this kind of energy. And when I've been rocking, it's not yielded positive results right now, but it's starting to again today. So I need you to understand that these are just warnings I'm trying to explain to you. I've been trying, but nobody wanted to listen. They wanted to just talk about me behind my back and tell me I was crazy. I'm not freaking crazy. When I'm seeing the corruption firsthand by my medical journey, I lived it myself to be able to tell the story after witnessing it with my clients and my beloved Father. It's that simple. And now it's at warp speed because their poisonings have increased. That's why I've got high doses in my body. My immune system is not up to par. That's why some of you, or well, a lot of you out there are not experiencing things. But really assess your life. Look back at pictures and think about what you look like back then and what you look like now and what's happened in between. Have you gone to the dark side and it's now showing up in your appearance that you're unrecognizable? Or are you having medical issues that all of a sudden are popping up left and right and you can't figure it out? Because one, you took their poisoned antidote by injecting it into your body all the times they told you to take it, trusting the system, trusting those doctors that have been deceiving you for centuries. I don't know. It's your choice. But I choose to fight the good fight. I choose to fight holding his hand and trying to stop this evil once and for all. It's been all about money and power. We have to take away that from them. So by us not conforming, not working, harvesting our own everything, they will lose because they will be worthless. Think outside of the box. They have controlled this world with 3 companies. They have full access to poison us. It's very simple. And pawning it off as nutrition for us to ingest. There is nothing nutritional about poison manufactured in a lab. Oh, preserved for freshness. Let's add this in it. No. They didn't have refrigerators back then in the Bible. Remember that. They didn't have electricity, and they did just fine. And I watch on Facebook everybody complaining, oh, you don't have electricity. Oh, well. When I didn't have electricity, I was like, man, I get another day off. Giddy up. Green Acres had a generator, so I could always be working. Everybody thought a home office was a great gig. Home is where the heart is. Home is not for business. Home is for family and friends and loved ones and strangers. And look what they've turned our homes into. Poisoned abodes that they control our every move. If you don't think we're as bad as China, well, we might as well be. We've just been enjoying the luxuries of our hard labor with these nice homes and things that can collect dust and thieves come in and steal. Do not put up your heart on treasures of the earth. You know, and I adore my tribe sisters and brothers. And Andy brought me a new Bible. And it's beautiful, and I love it, but it's too heavy. I can't pick it up. She got it for me because of this. Because it's dilapidated and it's falling apart. But you know what? That's what my body looks like right now. So to me, my $1.25 Bible is worth more than any beautiful Bible to me. Because I keep gluing it back together, like I keep trying to glue my own life back together, my whole body back together with his help. I can handle this Bible. It's light. It's not heavy. And it's hard to believe that this would be too heavy for me right now, but it is. And I did insanity workouts, people. 2 and 3 a day. I ran and I swam. Ask anyone. I got plenty of people that worked out with me. I didn't need to go to a gym. I didn't need to have somebody. I had my own discipline. So I got all the other parts. I just missed the obedience part. So that's what I suggest from you. Is you need to be obedient to him, not this tyrant regime. Sit down with your family. And they need to understand this. And you need to do it now. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. They need to be informed. They need to be in the know. I'm watching families being ripped apart left and right. And it's heartbreaking to watch. So please get your family in order. And you're going to do it by looking up your news today in this book.
And if you want to follow along, I'll include where I'm at in my Bible reading. So you can be on board with me of where I'm at in my readings. So you can catch up and see it unfold before your eyes at a rapid pace. They have increased the doses of poisoning, and it's full speed ahead, full throttle ahead with their cannibalism. And they're going to pawn it off that it's healthy for you and put it in a nice little snack. Our bodies are not equipped to eat humans. Start doing your own homework on that. And you will find out the ramifications of eating another human and what it will do to your body. It will not function properly. And when they're lab creating it based on their tissue samples, whatnot, do you think that needs to be going into your body? I'm going to tell you, it's not supposed to be going into your body. Watch the Book of Eli. That's another great one. Because that'll be the next thing they want to try to take. When you are completely woke up and you have cleared the blindness from your eyes, and you've turned off their brainwashing and start doing your own research, or you can start scrolling through my Facebook page or start watching my videos, you will clearly see the writing is on the wall. They used this as a tool and started twisting it to suit the God they worship. And it isn't him. That's what you all need to see. You need to see who that tyrant regime is worshiping. And they can do it in front of a cross all day long. That doesn't mean they're worshiping our Heavenly Father. Just so you understand this crystal clear, how deceiving they really are. Vanguard, BlackRock, I can't even remember the third one. Obviously, it's not as important as the other two. You look at the corporation that you so adore eating and drinking, and you see where you trace that company back to. It's not rocket science. It's black and white. And there is no gray area in what they're doing right now. None, zero. I always say the gray area is him too. So you got good, you've got the gray area, and then you got the evil. That's where I read between the lines, the gray area. I like to live there. Ask any of my tax clients. I understood right off the bat when I called the IRS and they said, you'll have to consult legal advice. I went, what the heck did I just sign up for? Okay, I'm here for a lesson. 18 and a half years of lesson. It's not hard to understand. How many more taxes do you want to pay? How many more elections do you want to wait for? Well, we don't have time to wait. Zero, zip, zilch. When they're already sensationalizing cannibalism, we have to stop this now. This is not okay. And let's get some celebrities on board. That is the most grotesque thing I have ever heard of in my life. That's demonic. That is not of God. And I don't care if you don't believe in God, but do you believe in Satan? Do you believe there's a devil?
Well, then you should be certainly believing there's somebody above him. He maps it out in here. You want your news today? Read the Bible. And I've left off on Romans 10, I need to start. Joshua 22, Lamentations 1, and Proverbs 7. Those are the 4 books I'm reading out of. And if you want to go back a little bit from those, back up. Because some of those chapters will blow your socks off. And they're quite specific on your duties of obedience, of what thou shalt not be doing. Just saying. So, please, I beg of you to start fighting the fight with the rest of us woke individuals. We are so wide awake. It's unbelievable. When you are this wide awake, the fire, the Holy Spirit fire inside of you that's burning, ignites and has warmed my internal body temp like there's none other. So, help us fight this fight, and let's unite in love. Get your families in order, be obedient, and stop saying no. Start saying no to those that have corrupted a system that was not designed for evil intent. We don't need a dictatorship to be civilized individuals. And we certainly don't need to be deceived by poisoned, manufactured, lab created, artificially created poison labeled as a RX. Wow. This should be on every bottle. Or maybe, let's go one better. Let's put that poison symbol with your face up at the top of it. And then you're going to pop those pills this morning? There's a thought. How about you replace that label with your picture on it? With crossbones underneath. How's that for reality or a wake-up call? If you think those drugs are helping you, they're just prolonging so they can study you that much further. They're not curing you at all, and they're certainly not a Band-Aid that I was originally calling them. There's nothing Band-Aid about this medical industry. Healthcare was designed to heal, not kill. And that's what they have designed the system to do. And then watch you die with hospice care. I rest my case. Love to all bunches and bunches. Bye.